TIL in the Simpsons episode The Dad Who Knew Too Little, Homer gives his email as chunkylover53 at AOL.com. Writer Matt Selman registered it before broadcast, and received emails from fans after the episode aired. Selman replied to many, coming up with clever responses for each one as Homer. I emailed the address as soon as it aired and got a reply, something like donuts are tasty. Don't know why I didn't save it. From the article. He then ran out of ideas and his answers started getting less clever, and eventually he would just copy a few responses and use them on all the messages. These responses were, according to Selman, written along the lines of, "Dear nerd, I didn't even know the internet was on computers these days, let alone some kind of electric mail dealie. Please send all future letters, and beer, to 642 Evergreen Terrace, Springfield, USA, then a zip code. Praise Jebus." Homer Simpson. Selman would also occasionally just reply with a simple "Dio." I remember a similar thing from Family Guy. Stewie gave his email as loismusty at AOL.com, my brother and I emailed it. After the show got cancelled, we got emails back from them asking to write Fox to restore Family Guy. Futurama did one too. I think they had an automated bot replying back though. Scrubs did this with a telephone number. They had a mobile number that was read out in an episode, so they left the mobile cell phone on set and took it in turns to answer it when it rang. I emailed and got something back about Lenny and Carl. I still have my reply. https://imager.com/a/y5edps. That's pretty neat that they would actually respond and everything. I remember that for Lisa's email they deliberately used an invalid email, smartgirl63 _ at yahoo.com, to avoid getting flooded with fan mail. Homer would have an email handle like that. In 6th or 7th grade I saw an ad for Zoe 101 and in it she had an IM screen name, generic, not platform specific. So I registered it on AIM. I got so many messages. It was interesting. There was an email address in X-Files that Scully logged in as, it was quequig@hotmail.com or something, so I added it on MSN. This was about 2004, and it would come online occasionally but never reply to my messages. Oh, I emailed while the episode was airing. Now I need to see if I can still log into my university email and find the reply. It's one word. Wait, so Homer is 53 years old. He could easily put those correspondences into a book and make a little Dio. I think he also did Blood Selman from one of the Halloween episodes, but could have been some random guy. I don't know, I must have been 12 at the time. Alias had an episode where Jack Bristow used some AOL Instant Messenger knockoff for some spy shit, talking to his dead wife IRC. I instantly added his screen name to my buddy list and saw it had been online since before the episode aired. We IM'd back and forth for weeks, and he never broke character. I still don't know if it was someone who worked on the show or just a fan who happened to have early access to episodes, but I had so much fun with that guy. I love when shows do this. All of the websites mentioned in How I Met Your Mother are real. https://how-I-met-your-mother. Fandom.com/wiki/tie-in_sites. Is it still active? I'm assuming not, but I'm hopeful. I remember hearing it and instantly trying to get the name and it was taken, then tried Gmail and was too slow. I wonder if it's available at iCloud. Tim and Eric did something very similar on Tom Goes to the Mayor. The AIM account they used in one of the scenes actually belonged to Eric Wareheim. 6th grade me thought I was so cool asking him for free shit until he blocked me. Deleted. Wouldn't it make sense for this to be Marge's email address rather than Homer's? Yeah, not super clever. I emailed it when it aired and like months later got Dio. He is pretty high intensity in the commentaries. Oh nice. There was an early Family Guy where Stewie gave his address as loismusty at yahoo.com. So I emailed it for kicks. Not long after, I started getting emails from Stewie asking for help in saving the show from cancellation. When it was cancelled and before Fox resurrected it, I would periodically get updates on the status of the show. At some point the address moved to loismusty@damiwell.net or something like that. Is there anywhere to read these emails? I never emailed it, but I was friends with it until the end. I remember when Grandpa mentioned a website he owned, something like oldcoot.com, and when I tried looking it up, nothing showed up. I wanna say that I tried it again years later and someone made the website look like the one in the episode, but I'm not 100% sure. King of the Hill had an episode about Peggy's feet and some guy who wanted to model them. I remember asking my parents permission to log onto the site they said on the show, Peggy's Feet.com. I knew to ask permission first because some part of me knew it was going to be an adult site, and our family computer was in the living room along with the TV. And yup, it was an adult site. Cobra Kai email is real. I emailed on release day and they emailed a jokey response back, laughing face. To know if they do that now it's on Netflix, 2 or so years later. Selman is a maniac. I love him. Reminds me of chatting with whoever was running the MySpace pages for the band members of Death Clock. I just emailed this address. In 1994 I created the AOL screen name Flight 501. When 9/11 happened, I got thousands of hate mails and empty death threats saying that Flight 501 was one of the planes that was hijacked. The numbers of the 4 planes that were hijacked were 175, 93, 77, and 11. When did it air? Scrubs did something similar too. In one episode a telephone number is seen, which was registered for a real telephone on set. It rang mostly all day and sometimes when the cast had nothing to do they answered 1 or 2 calls. I love it when creators do that. Not Simpsons, but every phone number on Better Call Saul goes somewhere. I was one of the people who received a response. But it is in an old, locked out Yahoo Mail account. So close, yet so far. In 13 Reasons Why, the main character mentions his email while talking to a girl. Emailing it actually netted a response for a while, usually from the perspective of the MC. But then too many people sent awful things, so now emailing them gets an automated reply saying as much. I ran to my computer right away hoping to steal it, but it and every close derivation had already been taken. I pondered for a minute. But Marge isn't fat. Oh, it's him. The Eric Andre show did something similar. I believe he was interviewing Jack Black and leaked his phone number. I tried calling it and it sounded like I got Jack Black's answering machine, but it was probably all intentional. I use it as my spam email for the last 6 years. I sent an instant message right after I heard it and got a response, smiley face. Oh, the days of AIM. Ha ha ha. One of my fond memories as a kid was seeing my childhood friend so pissed when he saw that the address was already taken. That dude literally lived and breathed Simpsons and even wrote his own fan episodes at like 12 years old. I miss that dude. He's about to get a whole lot more now. Internet, I got, you are very nice. Homer. That's crazy. I was just randomly thinking about that email address last night, no joke. Rating Hope did this with pain-free tweezers. Back in 2007 I registered my Facebook account with an email address Homer had used. I got about 100 new American friends in a week or so. I'm Norwegian. Okay, that is incredibly intelligent foresight to be able to think that far ahead. PSA, vote. The Daily Show did this back in 2006. Rob Corddry did a bit about how racists had it so tough, and were often attacked. It was such an insane concept that it was funny, before legit media really started doing feature stories about racists. Here's the video, though the email address that been edited out, http://www.cc.com/videoclip/z2p7vg/The Daily Show with Jon Stewart racist like me. After his report, instead of cutting to Jon Stewart throwing to commercial break, it went to Cordry, who was off to the side. He gave a tag to his story about all the people he hated, eventually just running a crawl up the screen which got faster and faster to the point of being almost unreadable. But of course this was after DVR was introduced. On his list: people who use DVR, people who pause lists. Also, the email address that was something like listpauser@yahoo.com, which I naturally emailed. I got a blank reply with this attached: https://imager.com/hi0ok22. And for posterity's sake, here's an old post referencing the crawl, so you know I'm not pulling it out of my ass. https://maximumfun.org/news/things Rob Cordry hates/